But first this hour, lawmakers are back at work on Capitol Hill as Congress returns from an August recess. And topping their agenda, passing a spending bill by September 30th to try to stop a government shutdown. But getting 12 pending funding bills through both chambers, a lot of people are saying is unlikely. So what does that mean? That means lawmakers will almost certainly have to agree on a short-term measure to keep the government running. In fact, in an open letter to Democrats, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer warned senators a showdown over the shutdown is likely. They say in part the only way to avoid a shutdown is to work in a bipartisan way with a bill that can get both Republican and Democratic votes in the Senate. However, it says, as we near the funding deadline, Republicans are once again threatening to go at it alone, heading our country towards a shutdown and making the health care crisis even worse. So let's talk about this. Going live to the Hill and CBS News congressional correspondent and all-around smarty, Caitlin Huey-Burns. Caitlin, let's start with the government shutdown deadline. What's it going to take to avoid a shutdown? What are the sticking points here?
Hey, Reed, it's great to see you. It is like the first day of school up here on Capitol Hill. Everybody coming back from their August recess, and already they've got a lot of homework to do. You mentioned that government shutdown deadline. They really only have 14, count them, legislative days before the end of the month, before that shutdown could occur, to actually get something done here. And they are still so far apart on the issues. You know that Republicans control the House and the Senate, but on the Senate side, they're going to need to have Democrats on board to pass anything. They need 7 of them. So as much as Republicans want to go it alone, they need Democratic support. So this will have to be a bipartisan approval to keep the government open. Now, we're all thinking back to a few months ago when they were in this same predicament. Congress often finds themselves in this kind of situation, and Chuck Schumer decided that it was best to keep the government open rather than shut it down, and provided those votes. But this time they are seeking as much leverage as they possibly can on this. So Democrats, for example, want to rescind a lot of the funding cuts that were made through that big, beautiful bill, particularly on health care. That is very unlikely that Republicans are going to agree to any of that. So this could come down to really a staring contest till the bitter end.
Well, it's when the math really does matter, right? We also understand there's a new push from lawmakers to release the Epstein files. The public continues to have a thirst for transparency. Is there anything we can expect today on that?
Yeah, Reed, if you thought that sending lawmakers home for recess would quell any of this interest in the Epstein files, well, you're mistaken. Democrats especially are trying to keep this alive. You have Democrats from the House Oversight Committee in the 3 p.m. hour will host a press conference to push for those files. You may remember that Ro Khanna, very progressive Democrat from California, has teamed up with Congressman Massey of Kentucky to push for a vote on the House floor to get more transparency around these files. So they are re-upping that effort now, and we'll see whether that push persuades any Republican leaders up here to take it up.
They're also talking about the federal takeover of policing in Washington, D.C. We understand it's set to lapse, needs approval by both houses of Congress for an extension. Any signals there from the Hill since the president says he's planning on asking for those long-term extensions to keep control?
Yeah, Reed, I mean, you may remember that the president was able to do this unilaterally through what's known as home rule. But now, in order to extend that presence of the National Guard here in Washington, D.C., they're going to need support approval from Congress. On the House side, they possibly could get there. There has been very little criticism from Republicans about this deployment of troops. However, on the Senate side, as I mentioned the math from those earlier discussions on policy, they still need that same number. They still need Democrats to come over and support it, which, of course, as we know, we have heard from no Democrat who wants to extend this. In fact, they've been very vocal in their criticisms.
All right, that sounds like a tense first day at school there in Congress. Caitlin Huey-Burns, thank you so much for talking to me today.